and are with us for the next 2 hours. So much to get into. Rants, picks. We have our Formula One expert will be joining us at the top of the next hour. So we have a ton of sports to get into today. Like I mentioned, we're going to talk about the layoffs at ESPN. As it is a Black Friday up in Bristol, as a number of individuals, a number of on-air talent are being laid off. We're going to talk about James Harden's future and where he's ultimately going to land. And we're going to talk, obviously, about Formula One with our expert, as we do, bring in some experts from time to time to talk some sports that we don't know enough about. Hopefully, we can educate you guys over the next 2 hours. Before we get into our research for today, and obviously our picks from yesterday, just wanted to address really interesting. I put out a rant yesterday reacting to Domingo Germán's perfect game. And it's just always amazing to me the responses I get from people to my own rants. I got so much hate, and I just want to say I love it. I love the haters. So if you hate my opinion on Domingo Germán, I love it. I'll stand on the side of people who are anti-domestic abuse and anti-cheating in sports, and you can be on the side of defending him. Let's make that deal together. So I'm just saying now, But Fumble Sports, as we open up our show for Friday, is letting all of the haters know we're going nowhere. We're here all the time, and if that's the hate you want to bring, we are here for it. So haters, bring it on. Now, that said, I know we have a lot of fans of But Fumble Sports that are going to be joining us. Mike is amongst them. Great to see you. RJ, great to see you. Harley, great to see you. Excited to get into our 2-hour show. It is going to be loaded with rants, picks, and a lot of other research. So let's dive into it. How did you guys do yesterday? But before we get into that, as always, we give out our disclaimer. We are not a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book. We're here for fun, good information, and a lot of sports talk. If you do need help, there are places you can go. But Fumble Sports is here for entertainment and a lot of good sports talk. The research that we do put up on the screen some websites and other places that give us good analytics and good data. But what you get from us is not endorsed by any sports book. So there you are. Our disclaimer, quickly looking at our results from yesterday, June 29th. Good morning, Top Dog. Good afternoon. Good Friday to you. Our results from yesterday, we did okay. I wish we were a little bit better. We just failed just shy of our 65% threshold with our picks that I like to hit. We were at 62%. But that said, we went 31-19. MLB Game Picks went 7-5. MLB Prop Bets went 18-11. WNBA, bit of a split game on the game matchups, but the props went well. And our parlay plays, that's what we're looking for. 8 out of 11. Good job there. Long ball, long shots of the day. We went 3 for 4. Didn't give out so many stolen base picks yesterday. Not as many shares within the channel. With that said, we went 0 for 3. Your celebrity shots went 13-14. Looking at the results from yesterday, we'll look at specifically your plays, shouting out those who did well. Top Dog, nice job on the one that you hit. RJ, great job going 2 for 2. Great job there. G-Clips, nice job. G-Clips cashing. Jorge went 1-1. Candyman went 1-1. Tito's Full Send went 1-1. So, some picks there up on the board. These are the records through June 29th, rather. So you can see who our best celebrity shot pickers are. By the way, for all those that are watching the show, we are going to have a special contest in the month of July. The first celebrity shooter, the first celebrity picker to get to 20 correct picks in the month of July will win a free t-shirt. So make sure you're giving in your celebrity shot picks every single day as we give out a free t-shirt in July. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let's move this to the bottom here. Put those results in the rear view mirror. Clear out our picks from yesterday and get ready for a loaded show full of your questions, our picks, and, of course, a lot of good sports talk over the next hour and 55 minutes, everybody. So we have WNBA tonight. We obviously have MLB, plenty to get into. Ask your questions. We already have some folks who wrote us some questions ahead of time because they weren't going to be able to join the show. So we have a lot of research to get into. Top Dog, great to see you. RJ, great to see you. We'll start with the first celebrity shot that we got in from Mike. Mike, getting those celebrity shots in very, very quickly. Yeah, you cashed very quickly on the Jesus Luzardo, so good job there. Guys, make sure you're hitting the confetti. That's how we give out our picks. Make sure you're hitting that like button. That's how we give out our long ball, long shots of the day. And share the channel to get stolen base picks. Let's get Mike Oxlong up on the celebrity shot big board. Before we start doing our research, Luis Arise, over half a single, didn't cash yesterday. So for those who are complaining a little bit that Mike is always taking such chalky plays, that's a perfect example of just because you're going after the chalk doesn't mean it cashes. Luis Arise, over half a single. Again, Brian Bayo had a really good start yesterday for the Red Sox. No-hitter through 7. Really impressive. Luis Arise, over half a single. Chalky play at minus 225. We're not going to follow you there, but it's available. You can see, actually, given how he's performed a bit of a slump of late, let's just look at on the road. Did miss yesterday, obviously. On the road, not as hot a hitter, obviously, as at home. So just a note there. Now to Mike Oxlong's other celebrity shot of the day, going with Paredes over half a base. Over half a base, let's look at Paredes. If you guys want your celebrity shot on the big board, do not hesitate to get involved. Get those comments in. Just write in the comment section, my celebrity shot, or my celebrity pick, and whatever the play is. This isn't a chalky play at all, by the way. This is minus 160, 62% implied probability. Not necessarily a great trend against right-handed pitching this year. A 269 average. This one doesn't attract us, but Mike Oxlong's got his 2 up on the board. There you go. And again, for those that are curious, Mike Oxlong, 20-12, 62.5%, went 1-1 yesterday. Make sure you guys are sharing the channel. Make sure you're getting in those comments. Let's get to Kyle's celebrity shot. Kyle is taking the Rockies, first 5 to cover. Caesar, great to see you. By the way, Top Dog, RJ, we'll get to your comments and questions in 1 second. But first, Kyle Klein, let's get your celebrity shot up on the board. And your celebrity shot is the Rockies, first 5 to cover. Rockies, first 5, plus half a run. Interesting there. Just looking at that game really quick. Rockies to cover. Facing the Tigers. Now, the big discrepancy in this game is the starting pitching matchup. Lorenzen hasn't been as bad as maybe you would think from that 2-5 record and, what is it, nearly a 4 ERA. But on the other side, Austin Gomber's ERA is absolute dog poop. Dog poop on your porch has been absolutely terrible, and that's why the Tigers are a favorite in this game. If you look at the Tigers' numbers against Austin Gomber, they're actually some lower numbers than you'd expect. Ibanez, Torkelson, I know they are small sample sizes, but just something to take note of. Baez, not surprised that he has good numbers against the lefty that kind of leaves it up there. Alfaro, good numbers against the starting pitcher today. One thing we might want to note is Alfaro, maybe to get a hit. So I'm not going to touch this game when it comes to a side. The only play I have for this game I will give out once we get our live goal of confetti. I'll give out a play around this game. By the way, Mike, thanks for sharing the channel. We'll get to that in 1 second. But before we do, I do want to get to Jorge Alfaro. And I would be looking at him for over half a base. Oh, I don't know if he's available. Nope, he's not. So for those who are asking about it prior to the show, Alfaro not available from what we see. Okay, RJ, you were asking about the Dodgers and Freddie Freeman. You like them on the money line as your celebrity shot. So let's get that up there first. RJ is taking the Dodgers on the money line. I like that one as well. I'm not going to get too crazy about it. I do like the Dodgers on the money line. I'll give this one out before we even get any confetti. Dodgers on the money line, I do like. I also like Dodgers first 5 money line. I like the Dodgers to get out to a fast start. It is not Jordan Lyles. We thought it was going to be Jordan Lyles, which obviously is its own unique play. Jordan Lyles had only won once this year, or at least the Royals had only won once this year when he had started, but he is not pitching today. The Royals have a substitute pitcher on the mound instead of him. Still like the Dodgers on the money line. Looking at the weather in Kansas City, likelihood of home runs is down, likelihood of runs is up. I just like the Dodgers today. They've got the better starting pitcher on the mound. Don't need to dive into it too deep for the moment, but I do like that play from RJ. That said, you were also asking about Freddie Freeman. Let's quickly look at Freddie Freeman. Look at him for over half a hit. Not available. Could we get 1.5 bases? Yes, we can. The over, stronger play. Again, the Royals have put up on the mound. They're putting up a guy named Marsh. No numbers on him. Youngster. So, best we can take from our data is looking at the Dodgers against right-handed pitching. Freddie Freeman, 329. He's hit on the over 3 of the last 4 games when it comes to total bases. So I will take this one, and I will take it at the minus 120. So Freddie Freeman over 1.5 bases. That is the play that I like out of this. I'd be a little bit curious to see if I could get it at 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I expect it to be set at 2. It is, and that's why bases is the best play. So for those that were curious, if we like Freddie Freeman, why not 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs? It's not available. That's why. Appreciate all those who are jumping into the show. If you have questions, comments, we're putting picks up on the screen. We have a lot to get to. Rants, some trivia, obviously our picks. So a lot to do over the next hour and 50 minutes. Make sure you settle into the show, whether you're watching on TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. Let us get to Top Dog. You were asking about a couple things. What do you like about the parlay? First of all, let's start with the thing that you started with. Let's go with Lane Thomas. So the first part of the parlay that he was asking about was Lane Thomas. Love Lane Thomas today. Over 1.5 hits, not available. Hits, runs, and RBIs, you can get it at 1.5. This has been incredibly consistent. Really good matchup today. I know that he's 1 for 5 against this starting pitcher, but against left-handed pitching this year, hitting .378. Lane Thomas against left-handed pitching is something you cannot miss. Think of it as Luis Arraez against right-handed pitching. So really don't want to miss it. You can get it at minus 145, by the way. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Absolutely jumping on board with this one. Lane Thomas over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Now, for the purposes of the question that was asked to us by Top Dog on YouTube, you were asking about over half a hit. Well, we certainly love that. Lane Thomas over half a hit is a good play. Now, I also like him to hit a home run. Lane Thomas to hit a home run. Just want to show what those odds are. Plus 540, 16% implied probability. We just saw the numbers against left-handed pitching. Really like the opportunity today. Really like the opportunity. Okay, interesting. Despite this research that we did, RJ isn't taking Freeman today. Well, that's one of us because I did jump on Freeman on putting him up on the big board to get over 1.5 total bases. Now, the other question we have was about Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos, we were on him yesterday, and he disappointed. Another good opportunity based on the weather today to get Nick Castellanos over 1.5 hits. Not a good play. Over 1.5 bases. Not a good play. Hits, runs, and RBIs set at 1.5. This is a strong play. Okay trend. Josiah Gray, that's what we're really banking on. Good numbers against Josiah Gray historically, the 3 home runs. I'm not going to take him on a home run. I might end up regretting it. I took him on a home run yesterday and he didn't come through. You see the weather in this game, it's blowing out. There should be offense in this Nationals-Phillies game. So I like this one. I'm taking Nick Castellanos. Like I said, I might regret not putting him on the long ball, long shots of the day, but 2 days in a row, I just don't have enough confidence in him. So over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Now, I will say, something that you guys I'm just kind of making fun of myself here, but maybe one of the best bets to make is like the people we give out to hit a long ball, long shot, don't take them on the day we give it out. Wait one day. It feels like they keep hitting on the following day. So we didn't do well on them yesterday, so I shouldn't be too hard on myself. Yesterday, on the long ball, long shots of the day, we went 3 and 7. So very happy about that. But it seems like it's been a tough trend of it prior to that, cashing those 3 tickets yesterday. Mike, thank you for sharing the channel. Want to make sure I give out a stolen base pick now. Because you shared the channel, every time you guys do that, I'll give out a player that I think is going to grab a bag. And the first one I'm going to go with is Nico Hoerner. Nico Hoerner of the Chicago Cubs. That game's starting in just a little bit, so wanted to give that one out right away. Nico Hoerner on a stolen base, half a stolen base. Look at the implied probability, 30%. We love seeing it at that level. Over half a stolen base, you could get a plus 235. If we like it there, we also need him to get on base. Can I get over half a base from him? No. Over half a hit? No. Hits, runs, and RBIs? No. So unfortunately, no other plays to kind of pair with this one, but I do like him on a stolen base. So there's our first stolen base pick of the day. Yes, LRK425, as you write in the comment section on TikTok Live, we are starting a contest tomorrow, July, in the month of July. We will have a contest. The first person who gets to 20 celebrity shot wins, 20 correct celebrity shot picks, will get a free t-shirt from our website, buttfumblesports.com. So, first things first, make sure you join the show every single day and get your 2 celebrity shots in. That way you can get even closer to that shirt. But also, make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. While you're there, go to our store, check out our merchandise, get your eye on which shirt you'd want to grab if you get to that 20 correct picks first. Okay, let's keep it going. If you guys want any of my picks, hit that live goal of the confetti. Every time we get confetti, we give out a pick. Already, we've dropped some picks on you guys, but let me assure you, we have tons to go. We will also do some trivia in a little bit. We will do some trivia. Let's see how we do. Once we get up to 2,000 likes, we'll give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Once we, I got to figure out when we're going to do the trivia. We also have some rants to get to. Layoffs at ESPN, James Harden's future. I already talked a little bit about what I thought of people hating on my Domingo Germán take. Yeah. like I'm going to be on the side of an abuser and a cheater just because he threw a perfect game. You got to love people. You got to love them. That said, hit that like button. We'll give out, I have a ton of long ball, long shots of the day loaded up. I am not kidding you. I have so many. So hit that like button as many times as you can. Having a lot of fun here over the next hour and 50 minutes. We've got some more celebrity shots to get in. Next celebrity shot that we're going to get to is going to be from Top Dog, Ryan Howard, over 1.5 threes. Let's show that one. WNBA, Howard, over 1.5 3-pointers. I'm seeing it set at 2. That's what I thought it was going to be. So that said, if you find it at 1.5, we'll let you have it, Top Dog. But not crazy about it just because it's set at 2.5 where I see it. Let's put it up on the board for you, though. Too good a trend for it to be available. Kyle is also taking the Giants on the money line. There you go, Giants on the money line. Dante, we'll get to yours. Dante is taking, let's get Dante up here. Dante, you are taking Ellie De La Cruz on over half a stolen base. I like that one as well. I'm going to put that one, I completely agree with you. I'm going to put it up here as well. We'll get to the information behind it in a minute, but I do like that one as well. You know I'm always about that one. Okay, so that's Dante. Top Dog's also got another celebrity shot. Top Dog is taking Rays no run in the first inning. So Top Dog's second celebrity shot is going to be Rays, no run in the first inning. That's Rays, Mariners, no run in the first inning. So top dog, not crazy about that first one because I didn't see. Just let me know where you're seeing the Howard over 1.5 3-pointers. Let's get to Caesar's question. Caesar was asking about Morel, Christopher Morel. Love the opportunity to take him today as well. Over half a hit, yes. I'm taking it. It's a chalky play, but I am taking it. I'm about him in every way, so just bear with me because I'm taking him in a lot of different places today. So Christopher Morel, over half a hit, chalk city. That's one. Additionally, hits, runs, and RBIs. Set at 2.5, too bad. Was going to take that at 1.5. 1.5 bases, not going to take that. But I think he goes yard today. I think he's going to go bridge. So that said, I will throw up another long ball, long shot of the day. 22% implied probability, plus 359 on the odds. I'm taking it. So Christopher Morel, another long ball, long shot of the day that I'm giving out. Again, make sure you're hitting that like button. I have plenty long ball, long shots of the day to give out. Once we hit 2,000, I'll give out another one. However, wanted to also look at Elly De La Cruz to get a stolen base. Do like it today. 28% implied probability. You can get it at plus 260. Let's look. Can I get over half a hit? Yes, I can. 71%. He has been slumping of late, but that's on the road. At home, this has been a good trend. It is Chalk City, so I will put the little notes next to it just so you guys know it is a leg of a parlay play. And forgot to do this. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, but we're not done with Elly De La Cruz. Can we get him on 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs? I suspect we can. Yes, we can. Bingo, 60%. And again, at home is what we're looking for. It was a good trend when he was at home. So I'm going back to the well. Elly De La Cruz, over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. And we're cruising. Pun intended. All right, we've hit 2,000 likes, so we have another long ball, long shot of the day to give out. First one I'm going to give out, Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson is who I'm going with of the Baltimore Orioles. First of all, let's look at the weather in that game. Likelihood of home runs, up 17%. Likelihood of overall runs, up 9%. Wind blowing out. Yeah, it's blowing out to left center. Still not a problem. Still not a problem. By the way, Caesar, just let me know which one it was. Just let me know, double down, right next to it, my celebrity shot and whatever the pick was, just to make it easy on us to be able to see it. That said, Gunnar Henderson to hit a home run. Let's do our research on that. We'll get back to hits, runs, and RBIs in a second. But home runs, 13% implied probability, but I could get it at plus 680. Do love that. Now, over half a hit is available to us. That's crazy, and it's a standalone. Minus 165 on over half a hit. I absolutely love that. Now, he hasn't faced Pablo Lopez yet in his career. Doesn't concern me. Against right-handed pitching this year, hitting 260, but you see the pop. So, with that said, I'm taking him on over half a hit, taking him on a home run. But the over half a hit, that's enough of a bit of a hedge play. That makes it a bit more comfortable because I can miss on the home run at plus 680 and still cash on Gunnar Henderson over half a hit at, what is it, minus 165? Yeah, great play. Over half a hit. So there you are. Another pick for you guys to watch at home. If you want to follow, if you want to fade, we're all about it either way. We're trying to just give you good information. That said, let's look at George Springer. LRK425 is asking about George Springer. Let's look at him. Does have home run numbers that are just a note. 15% on the home run. Just keep an eye on that. Can we get him over half a hit? Yes, we can. 69%. Really strong. And he's going up against James Paxton. And I mentioned home runs. He actually has more home runs in his career than is showing on the screen. But this is since 2018. Does have a home run against James Paxton. But if you don't want to take the home run, I get it. Over half a hit at minus 219. All about it. All about it. George Springer, over half a hit And it's not, and it is the leg of a parlay at minus 219. But we're not going to get probably 1.5 bases, are we? Yeah, 1.5 bases. The under's the stronger play, but just something to note. What about hits, runs, RBIs? Set at 1.5. I like this one as well. I think some offense is going to be scored against Paxton today. He's been pitching really well, but I think this loaded Blue Jays lineup with a lot of heavy right-handed hitters, I think they're going to touch him up for some runs. If we just look at the weather in that game, looking at the weather at Fenway Park today, or sorry, in Toronto rather, under the dome, maybe they have the wind, the roof open, and therefore wind blows a little bit more to left field. Home runs a tick up. I like George Springer to get a hit. Keep your eye on him for a home run. Just saying it. Not putting it out there necessarily on my big board, but I will take him on over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Once we hit 4,000 likes, I will give out another long ball, long shot of the day, so hit that like button, everybody. LRK425 is jumping on board with that George Springer play. Like it. LRK425 is taking George Springer over half a hit. Yeah, that's a really safe play. Caesar had a celebrity shot. Let's get Caesar's in. Caesar is taking Christopher Morel over 1.5 bases is what we're going to give you. I know you wrote it as 2+ bases, but same thing. Over 1.5 bases. So there you go. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or on TikTok Live, you can get your picks up on the screen and be a part of the show every single day. Just write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, and we will get it in the comment section. Tyler, yo, great to see you. Wonderful to have you as a part of the show today. We already did look at one of your plays. We tried to at least. Jorge Alfaro, not available in the sports books that we saw. I did see that you also wrote about Michael Brantley and about Trey Turner. Let's look at Michael Brantley first. I see that's your celebrity shot. We'll take care of that, putting it up on the board in just 1 second. Let's, by the way, LRK425, you and I know you've been putting in the research. You've been doing a great job, so you don't need to worry about what anyone else says. That said, let's get to Michael Brantley first. Let's look at Michael Brantley. And specifically, I'm not seeing him up on the board. Is Michael Brantley available, or is he still injured? You wrote me about him, but I wasn't sure if he was back yet. Michael Brantley. Yeah. Not seeing Michael Brantley available, so unfortunately can't talk about that one, and not going to put it up on the Celebrity Shot big board. Unfortunately, you got to find another one, Tyler. But Trey Turner over 1.5 bases. Trey Turner over 1.5 bases. We will look at. Not as good an implied probability as you may think. Hasn't been a good trend against Josiah Gray. Lifetime, really good numbers, though. And this is why I understand why you like it. 4 for 8 with a home run. So I understand why you like it. The recent trend doesn't concern me nearly as much. Can I get him on over half a hit? Nope. It's 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs is probably the best play. And they set it at 2.5. Wow. Those cheeky bastards. Okay, well, this is what I'll say. I kind of like taking him on over half a run. That's probably what I would take. I can get it at minus 120. So Trey Turner over half a run is what I would take. Maybe you guys want to take him on 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, or 1.5 bases. That doesn't appeal to me. I know that Tyler wanted to put up Trey Turner. Tyler wanted Trey Turner over 1.5 bases. So there you go, Tyler. You're just going to need to find a second one for your Celebrity Shot big board. LRK425 has been asking about Alex Verdugo. Let's look at him going up against Jose Barrios. Let's start with a hit, 1.5. Just looking at the stats against Berrios lifetime. Couple things to note. Verdugo, 412 with a home run. One of the reasons why LRK 425 is so crazy about that opportunity today. I agree. Keep your eye on Jarren Duran as well. And Yoshida. I mentioned it yesterday against Luzardo. The Red Sox are so dependent on their big-time left-handed hitters. Going up against the lefty yesterday, I expected the Red Sox offense to be quiet. It was. Going back to the other side, I'd look to jump on him today. Hits, runs, and RBIs. I think this is a good play. Again, it's missed the last 2 days, but last 2 games prior to that have been really cashy. So, with that said, I will put Alex Verdugo up on the board. Over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. I'll stick with this game. Let's see if I can get Yoshida over half a hit. I don't think I will, but if I could, I'd take it. Yoshida over half a hit. Absolutely jumping on this one. No, it has been a not a cashy play. Has been struggling. But I like the fact that we're getting him back into a minus 238. But I will throw that one up. Masa, Taka, Yoshida, over half a hit. It is a chalky play. Probably can't get over half a base if we could take it there because he gets a lot of walks. Yeah, not available. Going to keep playing this one out. Rafael Devers. Could see him hitting a home run today. Over half a hit. Abso-frickin-lutely. Minus 250, but he's been hot of late against Berrios. Lifetime. Not crazy numbers, actually. So over half a hit is the only play that actually is really worth making. And again, getting it at minus 250. So I will throw it out there. Rafael Devers, over half a hit. And again, every time you see these 3 symbols, it means we're saying it's a leg of a parlay because the odds aren't good enough to bet it on its own. How did we do in our parlay plays yesterday? We went 8-3. 8-3 on those plays yesterday. Alvaro is taking Bobby Miller over 16.5 strikeouts. By the way, this is the first time that we've gotten Alvaro to be a part of the show in his celebrity shots. Alvaro, welcome to the Butt Fumble Sports community. Hope you're following us. Hope you hit that follow button. Hope you subscribe. Every time you guys hit that follow button and subscribe, it really means a lot for you guys. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. That said, let's get Bobby Miller over 16.5 outs. There you go. What do I think about Nick Madrigal? What do I think about Nick Madrigal on over-under hits, runs, RBIs? Let's look at that one. By the way, if you guys have a celebrity shot, right next to it, my celebrity shot, my celebrity pick, and what it is. Otherwise, hard for me to distinguish it. So that's why. I know you were asking about hits, runs, and RBIs. Just want to look at the hits first. Hits is a really strong play here. 71%? Yep, 71%. Cashing 8 of the last 10 games. Against Quantrill, lifetime, only 1 for 5. Does have an RBI. I don't like the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, but I do like the over half a hit. That is probably what I'd take it at. Hits, runs, and RBIs, 1.5. Has been very cashy of late, but I wouldn't take it today. I'm not as crazy about it against right-handed pitching. Yeah, 256 average. I'm not as crazy about this play. I wouldn't touch it. I'm not saying the over or the under. I just wouldn't touch it. Not good confidence on it. But if you were to take something over half a hit, would be a play I'd recommend. Not going to throw it on my big board, though. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. The picks that we give out and that we put up on our board, they're all based on trends, all based on data, so it's not like my favorite player or my favorite pick, so it's all about that. Let's also get Caesar also has Juan Soto over 1.5 total bases, so let's get that up there. Caesar, Juan Soto over 1.5 total bases. We just put the bases. Okay, let's look at Juan Soto. And total bases, 1.5. Not a good implied probability. Not a good trend of late. Against Graham Ashcraft, though, does have decent numbers, and Ashcraft is not a good pitcher. Did have a good start against the Padres earlier this year, but you see that ERA, 7.17. Yikes. That is terrible. So I can understand why you take it. Not one I'm going to go following, but if you wanted to jump on it, I get it. Over half a hit, that I will do. Over half a hit with Juan Soto. Again, you're seeing some chalk plays from us, but if we can get over half a hit on some of these guys like Devers, Yoshida, Soto, we're going to take it, and then we're just going to take it as a leg of a parlay. Hopefully we can have the kind of success that we did yesterday, get a bunch of these to cash on a bunch of parlays. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Oh, there we are. There you go, Harley. You know how it's done. Many, great to have you as a part of the show. Wonderful to have you as a part of the community. Okay, did want to rant one quick bit because we hit the bottom of the hour and haven't had the opportunity to do this. So, today is a very, very sad day in Bristol, Connecticut, as ESPN is laying off a lot of on-air talent. Names that you guys know: Jeff Van Gundy, Jay Williams, Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, and a bunch of others. This is a sad day. Whether you guys are haters or lovers, whether you like these on-air talent or you don't, just respect the humanity, what these people are going through. These are figures that we've seen so often at ESPN. These are people that we're so accustomed to kind of giving us our information. Whether you like Jalen Rose or you don't, Jalen Rose has been at ESPN for a decade and a half. Jeff Van Gundy has been with ESPN for 16 years. So whether you love these on-air talent or you don't, just recognize it is very much a changing of the guard. And it is a sign that ESPN is in a much different financial place than it used to be. It is cutting down the contracts of big-time people across a wide swath of different sports. And it is focusing on pot stirrers, on Stephen A. Smith, Pat McAfee, individuals who already have a large built-in audience who are going to stir the pot. That's what they're going for right now. You are not getting the same kind of ESPN. It's not going to be the same kind of X's and O's, the same kind of breakdown from experts, former players, and athletes. It's going to be a much different ESPN. Now, it's certainly going to have components of what ESPN has been, but it's going to go continually closer towards debate and kind of the viral influences of social media. I think Pat McAfee's massive deal is a sign of that, and a lot of the people they're getting rid of. Another note from these layoffs: ESPN Radio is a shell of its former self. When it had Mike and Mike, such a good show. SVP and Russillo, such a good show. Now, the morning show of Kellerman, Williams, and Johnson, or Keyshawn Johnson, that's dead. That's gone. And all three on-air talent have been let go. That's a sign of how the ESPN model for ESPN Radio has failed. Big shout out to Odyssey. Odyssey certainly won today because it is a sign that Odyssey, as a radio brand, is still a powerhouse and is kicking ESPN's butt. And there's nothing that ESPN can really do about it. Again, ESPN laying off a lot of talent. It's just a sad day for those that love sports, sports media, and some of these on-air talent. Do I think this is necessary? I do. I think ESPN gave too much money to on-air talent that didn't deserve it. But am I disappointed that I won't hear Jeff Van Gundy on another NBA broadcast? Yes, I am. I actually love seeing Mike Breen, Mark Jackson, and Jeff Van Gundy call the NBA Finals now for over a decade. I thought that was a great trio. I had a lot of fun listening to them. I think all of these on-air talent will land on their feet. They'll get jobs elsewhere at Fox, TNT, or some other social media company. I don't think this is going to be the end of these on-air talent. I think it's their end of their time at ESPN. And once again, love them or hate them, it is a sad day because we always want to see the sports media industry thriving, and this is a sign that the industry in some ways is in decline. Okay, getting back to some of your questions. By the way, in 20 minutes at the top of the hour, our Formula One expert will be joining us for a quick interview to share his thoughts on the race this weekend, the Austrian Grand Prix. So our Formula One expert will be joining us in about 20 minutes to give us his analysis, all the storylines, and his picks. So if you love betting on racing, if you love Formula One, make sure you join us at the top of the hour in 20 minutes. We'll have our Formula One expert giving out his analysis and his picks. What do I think of Shohei Ohtani? Over 10.5 fantasy points. I'll just go right to our long ball, long shots of the day. You guys have been hitting that like button, so I owe you guys a long ball, long shot of the day. And surprise, surprise, it's Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani at this point has been a good bet to go yard almost every single day. I'm going with it once again. Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run. Let's look at the odds on it. Shohei Ohtani to go yard. 23% implied probability. You could get it at plus 330. If I like him there, I also want to get him on over half a hit. Crazy to think that this is available. So much greenage. Is it a lefty-lefty matchup? Yes. Do I care? No. Because Tommy Henry is not a pitcher that I'm scared of. I think he actually is slow enough. We've seen that Ohtani can hit an inside fastball from a left-handed pitcher off the plate. So no concerns about it. He's hitting 274, 7 home runs. I still like him today to hit a home run. Like him to get a hit. So Shohei Ohtani, taking him on a long ball, taking him on a hit as well. This one we had prior to the show. So Shohei Ohtani over half a hit. And yes, putting those symbols next to it to say it's a leg of a parlay because it's coming in at minus 220. Have another long ball, long shot of the day that I wanted to give out, and that is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Love this play. Maybe not everybody's focused on it. I know there are a lot of people that give out home run picks every day. Not too many people were riding this one, but I like it. He has been getting hot at home. He has turned it on. He hadn't hit a home run at home through the first 2.5 months of the season, and he has started to rake there against James Paxton, righty-lefty matchup, looking at home runs, 19% implied probability. Now let's look at, can I get him on over half a hit? No. Hits, runs, and RBIs, 1.5. That's what I would end up taking. You see he's been on a bit of a hot streak of late. Against James Paxton, doesn't have a home run lifetime. On this one, it's more about how he's been doing lately. Love the opportunity to take Vladimir Guerrero Jr. here as well. So jumping on board with that one, throwing it up on the board. That's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. And for all of those who are new to the show, we give out picks every single day. Live Goal of Confetti gets our favorite pick of the day. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we'll give out a home run pick. Every time you guys share the channel, we give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base. And if you want your favorite pick of the day included in the show, we keep track of them, just like LRK425 is talking about Jared Kelnick. LRK425 is taking Jared, I'm going to get his first name probably wrong, Jared Kelnick over, and you are taking up. And you are taking over half a strikeout. Very interesting. LRK425 is our resident Seattle Mariner fan, but more often than not, he knows who's going to get a strikeout, so we're keeping our eye on that one. By the way, I knew he had 2 R's. That's classic Jared Kelnick. Anyways, Kelnick to get a strikeout. Looking at a batter strikeout. I'm seeing it at 1.5. So LRK425, I have it up there for now, but over half a strikeout doesn't look like it's available on any sports books. So you'll have to let us know either where you see it, or we're going to have to rip it off the board. Braves, Cubs, a couple of teams people are asking about. Okay, yes, I do like the Cubs today. Yes, I do like the Cubs. Justin Steele, Cal Quantrill. This is a starting pitching matchup that heavily favors the Cubs. Justin Steele, especially at home, he's pitched really well this year. So yes, going to shift this over so you guys can see. And the answer is yes, I do like the Cubs. Know we're getting close to that game, so I will throw that one up here. Going to throw a bunch of Cubs at you right now. I'm going to take the Cubs on the money line. I'm also going to take the Cubs first 5 money line. So I know that game gets started sooner than the rest because Wrigley Field. So that game gets started in about 40 minutes. And yes, everybody, I do like the Cubs today, taking them first 5 on the money line and on the money line overall. We were also asked about the Braves, the Atlanta Braves. By the way, those that are curious about how the weather's impacting that Wrigley Field game, Cubs, there you see, pretty even actually. Weather's not really having a big impact. Now, for Atlanta, likelihood of runs is up, likelihood of home runs is up. Let's jump back over and check out that game. The Atlanta Braves. Oh, where'd they go? Braves Marlins. Yes, the Braves are the favorite. Keep in mind, by the way, starting pitcher for the Marlins actually has really good numbers, just doesn't have them against the Braves this year. On the other side, Soroka trying to come back from that injury, trying to come back, and he really hasn't. He's really struggled. So on this one, I'm much more inclined to actually take the Marlins to cover than anything else. Yes, the Braves are a hot team. Yes, the Braves hit this starting pitcher really well the last time they saw him. For me, I'd actually kind of like to take the Marlins to cover. Marlins have been playing some really good baseball of late. I know the Braves are as well. I think this could be a high-scoring, close game. Marlins plus 1.5 kind of has my attention. Can I get them at 2.5? Yes, I can. Marlins plus 2.5 at minus 175. That I'm actually going to play. Wasn't one that I had originally, so I will put the asterisk next to it. But I do like Marlins plus 2.5 on the money line. Braves on the money line, just to make sure we could get it on both sides. I actually can and I will. So I'll take Braves on the money line, and I'll take the Marlins plus 2.5. Sorry, plus 2.5. So I'm on both sides of this game and could easily cash on both. I do like the over, but I don't like the over 10. An alternative line, over 8.5 is the best we could get. Don't like that enough. That's not attractive to me enough. So not going to end up playing the over, but over 8.5 is what I would consider. But there's some plays for you guys that we just threw up on the board. If you want any more of my celebrity shots, my picks, not celebrity shots. If you want Butt Fumble Sports picks, make sure you hit our live goal of confetti. Hit that live goal of confetti. We give out a pick every time you do that. By the way, that was answering Elliot Robinson's question. Boss Lady Murr, LRK425. Thank you guys for hitting the like button as much as you are. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out a long ball, long shot of the day. For those that are curious, we have already given out 5 home run picks. I'm going to give out another stolen base pick. Let's give out another player I think is going to get a stolen base. Next one I'm going to give out is Jarren Duran. Showed you guys earlier, he has good numbers against the starting pitcher that he'll be facing. He is definitely someone I could see getting a stolen base today. Jarren Duran, only question is, can he get a hit? It's set at 1.5. We don't like that. 1.5 bases. We don't like that. Best play was probably going to be hits, runs, RBIs with him. Not going to take it, but over half a stolen base. 29% implied probability. Burrios is not good at holding runners. So with that said, Jarren Duran. By the way, Arctic Tiger with some aggressive celebrity shot picks. Let's get those on the board. So, aggressive plays by Arctic Tiger, but still love it. Arctic Tiger is taking Josh Young over half a home run. Aggressive Arctic Tiger. And you are also taking Marcus Semien over half a home run. Neither one of them is on my big board or in my notes for a home run, so you're alone on this one. Let's just show Josh Young on a home run. 19% implied probability, plus 430. And Marcus Semien, 19% implied probability, plus 430. So there you go, Arctic Tiger. Let's get Renfroe has another celebrity shot up on the board. Andrew McCutchen over half a hit. So that is RJ is taking Andrew McCutchen over half a hit. Let's quickly look at McCutchen. We'll get to some more of your questions and comments in just a second. Again, we have our Formula One expert joining us in 10 minutes, everyone. Andrew McCutchen, over half a hit. Really consistent play against Freddie Peralta. Good numbers. This is a must-play for us. You can get this at minus 180. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Andrew McCutchen, yeah, I'll take it. Doesn't even need to be the leg of a parlay. Great find. Andrew McCutchen, good find. Over half a hit. Love when you guys do the work, do your research, and come up with some good plays. That is a good call by RJ. Nice find, RJ. Really like it. Top Dog, you are asking about Bo Bichette to hit a home run. And the answer is yes. Bo Bichette to hit a home run is another player I like. I would throw that one up here. Bo Bichette. I do have a couple of Blue Jays up on the board. Let's look at Bo Bichette. Giving that one out because we just hit 6,000 likes, so perfect timing with it. Home run, 15% implied probability. You can get it at plus 550. Just like the matchup against James Paxton. Let's also look. Can we get him over half a hit? No. Hits, total bases, 1.5 total bases, not attractive. Hits, runs, and RBIs is set at 2.5. So really a tough play. Bo Bichette over half a run, you might want to consider. Over half an RBI, you might want to consider. Not a lot of good plays, though. Probably the best one is over 1.5 total bases. Has been a good trend. He's 0 for 1 lifetime with an RBI against James Paxton, so not big numbers. I'll take the 1.5 bases just to have something to lean on. Minus 109, good place to take it. So, with that said, let's get Bo Bichette up here. Had that prior to the show. Bo Bichette over 1.5 bases. But Fumble Sports is live every single day, everybody, doing this research, ranting about sports, obviously giving out a lot of picks. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun watching the show. Zodwick, appreciate you watching the show. Kyle asking about the Padres on the money line. By the way, when's the last time I watched SportsCenter? I watch SportsCenter all the time, but I know that I may be different than a lot of you guys out there. Someone asked about the Padres game. Padres and Reds. On this one, I do lean towards the Padres. On this one, I do lean towards the Padres. Padres have good stat here against the Reds over their last 19. This is a much different Padres team versus this Reds team. It's the starting pitching matchup that I actually like. Seth Lugo has good numbers against the Reds earlier this year, but his overall numbers aren't that bad. Meanwhile, I mentioned to you, Graham Ashcraft, he's awful. I know he has decent numbers against the Padres this year, but a 7.17 ERA through 69 innings, that is garbage. And guys who have hit him well, Kim, Machado, Cronenworth, Soto. On the other side, the Reds, same thing, kind of a bunch of hitters who have hit these guys well. I'm not going to take a side on this one. I'm not going to take a side. Not really crazy about the spread, either team. The play I like is the over. Play I like is the over. Don't like it at 11. That's way too high. Over 9.5. That's probably what I would ride. Seems a touch high, even there, but I am going to play this one. So I have two plays for this game. I'll give out both of them. First one, Padres, Reds, over 9.5. And again, for those curious about it, what's the weather in that game? Oh, we like it. Should be really favorable towards offenses. Home runs up, likelihood of runs up. Really like both of those. Really like both of those. So with that said, I also like the opportunity to take that on a run in the first inning. So Padres, Reds, yes to a run in the first inning. Absolutely, everyone. Zodwick, your celebrity pick before it starts and is one you'll disagree with. Cody Bellinger, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Let's look at Cody Bellinger. But before we do, let's get it up on the board. And that is Zodwick is taking Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. There you go. Let's take a look at it. Cody Bellinger. Looking at the props. Let's look at Cody. Hits, runs, and RBIs. 1.5. The over. Doesn't have the better implied probability. Against Cal Quantrill, he does have good numbers, though. 3 for 9. So I understand it. I'm not going to tail it, but I get it. I get it. So, another celebrity shot up for our big board. We've hit 8,000 likes because you guys are awesome. Let's give out another long ball, long shot of the day. I will take Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo. Showing Joey Gallo to hit a home run. Show you it up on the screen. To hit a home run, 19% implied probability, plus 420. Not sure I'd take him on anything else, though. Over half a hit, that's probably the only other thing because it's available in minus 120. Joey Gallo. Now, he is 0 for 4 lifetime against the pitcher. One of the reasons it's not a popular play. But home runs in this game in Baltimore, likelihood of them is up. Taking a flyer on Joey Gallo. So, yes, you guys may not be crazy about it, but taking a chance on it. Joey Gallo. I'm also taking the over half a hit. We'll see if Joey Gallo can do it right today. Oh, Gallo over half a base is actually probably a better play. If I could get him over half a base, that I would take. Yep, you're right. Over half a base is the better play. And by the way, over half a base, still getting it at the same spot. So forget the over half a hit, over half a base. You're right. Better play. Thanks for calling it out, Arctic Tiger. Okay, let's look at Julio Rodriguez to get a strikeout. Julio Rodriguez to get a strikeout. One and a half. Don't like it. So, LRK425, I know you love playing with those, but nope, not a good play. YA Tittle, Ozuna on a home run. Not crazy about the Ozuna home run today. I'm not taking it, but not talking you out of it. Just not one I would, 20% implied probability, not bad. Plus 400. You mentioned his career success, limited, but there. Over half a hit's what I would take. And by the way, everyone, it's that time in the show. When we see this much green in a row, what do we call it? Everyone say it with me now. We call it a 1, 2, 3, a lawn. That's right. Some landscaping duty that we have to do here. That's a high lawn right there. So I'll take Marcell Ozuna. By the way, under on Cody Bellinger. Under on Cody Bellinger. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry about that, Zodwick. Under on Cody Bellinger. Like it. Okay. With that said, we also got some lawnage here. So we'll also put Marcell Ozuna over half a hit. And yes, it is the leg of a parlay at minus 239. So we got to play it straight. Put those symbols next to it. Let you guys know. Leg of a parlay play. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you guys are with us in the next few minutes. Our Formula One expert is just about to join us, everybody. So here are all the picks that we've given out so far. By the way, Caesar, I also do like that one. We've got a lot of them today. Anthony Santander, I like as well. Anthony Santander to hit a home run. Quickly before our Formula One expert joins the show, Anthony Santander over half a hit, 20% implied probability, plus 400, like that. As I saw a moment ago, I could get it on over half a hit. I know it qualifies as a parlay play. Fine by me. Anthony Santander over half a hit. It's not what I had prior to the show. I had hits, runs, RBIs at 1.5. That's what I would take. Anthony Santander over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I'll put them next to each other, though they are different plays. Okay, everybody, another play that we have up on the board. If you guys want more of our picks, you know what to do. Hit that live goal of confetti, hit that confetti, and we will give out more of our favorite picks, more of our favorite plays. Our Formula One expert will be dialing in just a minute to give out some more plays for this weekend. So if you guys love betting on Formula One, or if you're just a fan of Formula One and you want to know some more from someone who really knows their stuff, make sure you join us. He is going to be calling in just a second, everybody. LRK425, I saw your question. We're just not getting to it right now as we wait for our Formula One expert to dial in. RJ, we'll get to your play in just a little bit about Matt Chapman and his struggles. So I'll write those down really quick. Teoscar Hernandez. And we were also asked about Matt Chapman. So we'll keep our eye on those as well. Appreciate all of you guys joining us for today's show. Make sure you guys are following us. Make sure you hit that follow button. And as promised, we have our Formula One expert joining us now on the line. If you guys go to our content every single week that we have a Formula One race, you will find it posted right there on our website. You can find it on our website right now. And our Formula One expert, Nick Rodecap, thank you so much for joining us. And before you say anything, Nick, you've done a brilliant job for us so far, so really excited to hear your picks. Nick, first things first, where are we in the Formula One season overall?
Well, currently we're nearing the halfway point of the F1 season. Began early March and will head all the way through the end. There is a summer break that's on the docket. So from now, but we haven't yet hit the halfway point in the season. This is the beginning of the European leg of the F1 season.
Now that we've entered the European leg of the F1 season, what are some of the storylines that are really standing out to you?
Well, one that really stands out to me just kind of entered the news cycle in the last 24 hours or so. It was a comment that Lewis Hamilton made regarding the development of cars for seasons upcoming beyond the present. And it was something that he said that really kind of struck a chord with me because he was a beneficiary of it. So Lewis said that teams should perhaps be limited from developing their car for the next season until a set date to prevent any one team or two teams from gaining an advantage over the rest of the field. And what teams will do is sometimes if their current season isn't going according to plan, if they're having issues with performance, maybe things aren't working out the way they want, they'll basically write off the current season in favor of getting an edge for next season. So they'll start looking into the new regulations.
It's the equivalent of in football, you start to tank and you're already looking towards roster construction for the upcoming off season and following year, correct?
Exactly, yeah, that's a good comparison.
So Lewis Hamilton comes out and makes these comments. Are these legitimate? Are they justified? Or are these more shots across the bow at someone else in Formula One?
I think these are shots specifically at Max Verstappen and Red Bull because they're a team that absolutely nailed the new regulations when they were instituted at the start of the 2022 season. And they've basically been riding the wave of that development. That and Ferrari just completely dropping the ball has really given Red Bull their current advantage. And I think Lewis wants a more level playing field, which is why he thinks that teams should have to wait to develop. That way everyone gets to start on equal ground, and really it just becomes an arms race of who has the most money and the best engineers.
Now, you and I spoke prior to the show, and we discussed this issue, and I brought up, it felt like, to me, a classic example to look at another sport. It's like a superstar team like the Yankees that have been maybe signing free agents overseas for years. They were successful with it. Then all of a sudden a team like the Rays does it, and then it's like, oh, whoa, we need to all have the same rules because you're getting too much of an advantage. Are we really seeing a changing of the guard where Lewis Hamilton is really kind of being left in the dust in the rearview mirror, and this is part of what it is, kind of a complaint that he is falling behind his competition?
Well, I think it's not just Lewis that's falling behind. I think he's still at his peak in terms of competitiveness and in terms of skill. But I think Mercedes has sort of dropped the ball because they've been on the back foot since the start of the season. they had a radical concept in which their aerodynamics were completely different from all the other cars on the grid. And it could have gone one of two ways. Either they were miles ahead or they were battling uphill because it didn't work the way they thought it would. And it's been like this now since the start of last season, where Mercedes is just not where they used to be. They're fighting back a little bit, but I think Lewis is more, frustrated that the engineers didn't get the concept right. And as such, he's had to languish down the order while Red Bull is basically just taking everything and running away with it.
Where would you place Mercedes amongst all the cars that are out there, amongst all the teams?
I would put them, depending on the track, either third or fourth in performance right now.
How far ahead is Red Bull from everybody else?
They're in a league of their own. I was thinking about this the other day. I think Red Bull is in Formula One, whereas everyone else is in Formula 1.5. So
wow.
It's Max Verstappen in his own class right now because his teammate Sergio Perez is nowhere close to him. And then everyone else is just playing for second.
Yeah, there were even comments that he was starting to get bored with winning in such a way that maybe he needs to find other competition. I don't know where he could go if this is supposed to be the greatest racing on the planet. He'll have to go into international territory, international space to try to find some better competition. With that said, we are talking with our Formula One expert here at Fumble Sports, Nick Rodecap. You can find him on Twitter at Nick Rodecap. That's at NickRodecap. You can find him at Twitter. By the way, does a great job broadcasting across a number of sports. We're just lucky enough to have him talking some Formula One with us. Now, let's get into the race this upcoming weekend, this Sunday, the Austrian Grand Prix. I know there's going to be some orange smoke to look forward to. What else should we be looking forward to in terms of storylines?
Well, I think we're looking forward to a couple different things. Qualifying was today in light of the sprint weekend format, so we'll see some shuffling with regards to the normal format. I think one thing I've really got my eye on is Lando Norris from McLaren. He has historically been very strong in Austria. I think it was his first career podium he picked up there back in 2020, and he did very well in qualifying today. Now, that's to set the grid for the race on Sunday. They'll have a separate qualifying for the sprint race that is on Saturday. But I think Lando Norris has a chance to pick up some solid points for McLaren. They've been kind of on the back foot. Their opening part of the season was terrible, to be honest, but they're fighting uphill, and Lando is leading that charge. Another one that I really got my eye on as well is Ferrari. This appears to be a very, very strong track for them. They were near the top in both free practice and in qualifying as well, taking positions 2 and 3. Now, obviously, those are one-lap runs, small sample size, and their strategists historically have done more harm for them than good. But I think this is a good track for Ferrari as well as they look to try to fight towards positions 2 and 3 in the constructors' standings.
Those are some teams that are looking up and look like they could be at the front of the pack. Who are some teams that we should be fading? Who are some drivers we think could end up towards the rear this upcoming Sunday?
Both Alfa Romeo drivers come to mind for me. Zhou Guanyu did not have a good qualifying at all. Neither did Valtteri Bottas. He spun early on in the session and never could really recover. He got through into Q2, but was firmly at the back. So both Alfa Romeo drivers, I think this is going to be another kind of lost weekend for them. They've been at the back end of the midfield for most of the season. And then another driver that I'm really not too keen on right now either is Nick de Vries. Now, there's a lot of discussion in Formula One about whether or not Nick de Vries will even be in Formula One at the summer break. Now, you usually don't have a mid-team or a mid-season driver swap, but de Vries has been so far behind his teammate Yuki Tsunoda week in and week out that the question is starting to be raised. So de Vries was, I believe, actually last in qualifying today. He's been near the back of the track, near the back of the grid all season long, and just hasn't really shown any signs of improving. I don't see that changing anytime here in the near future.
What makes this race special?
Austria is special because it's one of Max Verstappen's home races, and you think he's actually got 3 now between Austria, Belgium, and Dutch Grand Prix. The atmosphere in Austria is like no other. Mention the orange smoke. Those are flares that the Dutch fans bring in because Max's official color really is orange. And the Orange Army is what they call themselves. They show out in full force, grandstands are nothing but a sea of orange, and from that point, it's basically just a giant party. The track itself is very short, which is why we saw a lot of track limits violations in qualifying today. Drivers are pushing for every inch that they can get to try to push their cars to the limit. The lap time is only about 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Give or take. So it's a 71-lap race, but it's one of the shortest laps on the calendar. We're going to see a lot of lapped cars, which means we might have some impeding incidents with drivers not getting out of the way. There will be a little bit of traffic, like I said, but yeah, it's one of the shortest laps on the track. It's a lot of medium speed corners. You'll see the cars on the limit, provided the track stays dry.
I'm amazed by what you just said in terms of the speed of the track, how short it'll play, and how quickly these guys will get through a lap. You think 70 plus laps, not that many. This thing is going to fly by, should be a high-octane experience for fans. Just to remind everybody, what time can they watch it if they're watching in the States, let's say on the East Coast?
So the sprint race and the Grand Prix start at 2 different times. I'm pulling up the schedule here because I don't want to be wrong.
While he pulls it up, this is our Formula One expert, everyone who's watching on TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. But Fumble Sports' Formula One expert Nick Rodecap. Nick Rodecap, by the way, he may sound young, but he is well experienced in his Formula One knowledge. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitter at Nick Rodecap. That's NickRodecap. Check out all of his content, and his Formula One analysis is exclusively put here on Butt Fumble Sports. You can check it out at Butt Fumble Sports or buttfumblesports.com. Nick, what are our times for the race?
So the sprint race starts on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and then the main event, the Grand Prix, begins at 9 a.m. Eastern on Sunday.
Now, final question I have for you. We have a loaded July when it comes to races in Formula One. What does this race mean in terms of the sequence of races that come to follow? Is this a must-win for a number of teams, or is this where they're trying to almost find some of their errors to be able to have a really strong back half of July?
Well, I think given the weekend's format, there's only one practice session, so there's a lot of unknowns as teams start to bring those mid-season upgrades. This is a litmus test for a lot of teams. I mentioned Mercedes is still kind of trying to find their footing. If they want to bring in any performance upgrades in the races down the line, this is a good place for them and a lot of other teams to find a baseline, because it's week in, week out, consecutive races, which you don't see as much as you might think in Formula One. So teams are going to be very tired probably by the end of this, but if they have a good weekend in Austria and in Great Britain to follow that, it'll set them off for a successful middle part of the season. And for a lot of teams, they're based in Europe, so this is kind of like a homecoming for them. Now, obviously, F1's a traveling circus, but it's a good ground zero, I'll say that. And also that, like I mentioned, Nick DeVries is a driver I've really got my eye on. He might be out of a seat by the middle of the season. This is a good place for him to turn it around, string together some good races, and prove that he does belong in Formula One.
Just got a lot of great analysis. Want to give a big thank you to Nick for joining us. Nick is going to join us on the Friday before every Formula One race that we have remaining in the season. So if you love his analysis, make sure you join us every Friday on Race Week. And, of course, you can check out his article. ButtFumbleSports.com is where you can find it. Nick, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. And with that said, we shift over back into our regular show. We will be answering your questions. We will be doing our research to help you guys with your picks for Friday. Obviously, just got a lot of good Formula One information. If you guys missed any part of that interview with our Formula One expert, we will put that up on YouTube so you can check out everything that he said. You can hear his picks, hear the storylines that you guys care about. LRK425, so happy you enjoyed it. We have had a NASCAR expert on Wednesday. We had our Formula One expert on today, trying to give you guys some different voices from expert levels of opinion, and that way you guys are as well informed as possible. That's what Butt Fumble Sports is trying to help you guys out with. Now, let's get back to our show. Here are the picks that we have so far. And as promised, we also have a trivia question. So we just spoke with our Formula One expert. That was the one thing I wanted to do today. but we have also started to do trivia. So I will go through all the picks that we've given out so far, and then I will give out the trivia question just as another fun thing that we do here at Fumble Sports. Of course, here are all the picks that we've given out so far. That Cubs game about to get underway. We have Cubs money line, Cubs in the first 5. A couple of other MLB game picks up on the board. Plenty of MLB player prop bets. I still have 2 WNBA game picks to give out. Waiting to give those out. Would love to get some live goal confetti to give those out. Long ball, long shots of the day. We've already dropped a ton of names on you guys. Gave out a couple stealing and sharing. If you want long ball, long shots of the day, hit that like button. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give one out. Stealing is sharing. If you share the channel, we give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base. We actually owe one of those. Starling Marte. Someone shared the channel a moment ago. So Starling Marte is the next player we're going to give out for a stolen base. Quickly going to show that. I'll then show your celebrity shots up on the big board. If you have a celebrity shot pick, by the way, 26% implied probability. So a good play. Starling Marte, in order to get a stolen base, would need to get a half a hit. Not available. What about half a base? Probably not. Of course not. So nothing else there. But Starling Marte to get a stolen base, also up on our board. And here are your celebrity shots of the day so far. Again, everybody gets 2. Everyone gets 2. Give us your favorite picks of the day. We'll throw it up on our screen. That way you guys can play along at home. We keep track of all the records. We will have a contest in the month of July. So starting tomorrow in the month of July, the first person to get 20 correct picks over the month of July wins a free t-shirt from us here at Fumble Sports. So make sure you join us every day. Get in your 2 picks every day. Hopefully both of them cash. And you can get that free t-shirt very quickly. So all of our celebrity shot records, we keep track of them. We will keep the overall records that we've been having, but we will also keep track of specifically what the picks are in July. That way you guys can be a part of this competition. Again, in July, we are giving out a free t-shirt to the first person who gets 20 correct picks. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Doesn't matter the platform. Everybody is welcome. Now, I do have a trivia question. I do have a trivia question for you. So our trivia question of the day. We have started to do trivia. Okay. Our first trivia question of the day. Here it is, everybody. So, there are, how many guys? There are 20 pitchers. Forgive me, there are 19 pitchers that have at least 3,000 strikeouts. There are 19 pitchers all time with at least 3,000 strikeouts. Okay? Of the 19 pitchers, only 3 are left-handed pitchers. Who are they? There are only 3 pitchers who have over 3,000 strikeouts in Major League Baseball history. Who are they? So, get your trivia question answers in. Again, the 3 that there are 3 answers that we're looking for. 3 names, the trivia question of the day. There are 19 pitchers all time with 3,000 strikeouts. Only 3 of them are left-handed pitchers. Who are they? Get your answers in. No matter the platform, write your answers in. Farika, great to see you. Zodwick, we'll get to your celebrity shot in just a second. RJ, we'll get to your question about Matt Chapman in a moment. But doing our trivia question of the day, so play along at home. There are 19 pitchers all time in Major League Baseball history with at least 3,000 strikeouts. Only 3 are left-handed. Who are they? And Mike Oxlong got it right. So, the correct answer? Oh, oops. Hold on one second, everybody. Copy, paste. So, the answer is Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, and CC Sabathia. And Mike Oxlong got it right. Mike Oxlong answered first. So there you go, everybody. Having some more fun here at Butt Fumble Sports. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun. Yeah, we got an answer in from RJ, but not quite right. Kershaw just shy of 3,000 strikeouts. Just shy of it. So, still waiting on him to cross that threshold. But Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, and CC Sabathia are the three. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys enjoyed that. By the way, you guys play nice in the comment section. Play nice in the comment section. But that was our trivia question of the day. We will have a trivia question every single day. Hope you guys had a lot of fun with it. That is something new that we will be doing here on the show. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We will have a trivia question every single day. With that said, we have some work to do now that we've given out a trivia question. So let's throw that one away. Good job, Mike Oxlong. Good job on that. Appreciate you playing along at home. We are going to get to a couple of WNBA picks. Dante, thank you so much. Dante, appreciate you hooking us up with that confetti. We have some WNBA picks to give out, so let's get to work on it. 2 WNBA picks for you. The first one's going to be the Mystics on the money line. First one is Mystics on the money line. The second one is the Sparks Sky, and I'm taking the under, but I want to see the alternative line I could get it. So, thank you for that confetti. Hope you guys enjoyed the trivia question. Getting back to some of our picks. Mystics on the money line. You can really take them at -1.5, so that's probably the play that we should make, -1.5. We think they'll cover that, but I do love the Mystics in this game. Good opportunity. The trends really favor the Mystics. That's why we're about it. Now, the over-under for the Sparks and the Sky. The under is the strong trend. Let's look at where can we take the under. We want to pump it up all the way to 160.5. 160.5. So under 160.5 is where we're going to take the Sparks in the Sky. Thank you so much for that confetti. 2 picks given out as a big shout out to Dante. Thank you so much, Dante. Zodwick, let's get your celebrity shot on the board. Now, Zodwick is just saying Manny Machado on whatever looks good. So Manny Machado, any way you can get him. Bases is the actual play. Over 1.5 bases is going to be the play Zodwick makes. But he's just really hyping Manny Machado, as we showed some good numbers earlier against the starting pitcher he'll be facing. Manny Machado, over 1.5 bases. 51% implied probability, so not great. Can we get him on over half a hit? Nope, it's 1.5. I like the hits, runs, and RBIs if it were set at 1.5. But not a good play just based off of what the lines are, so not going to take it. So, Arise, you can't get Arise over half a hit. Luis Arise over half a hit's not available. I believe that's 1.5. So you can't get that one. If you want over half a single, let us know. LRK425, can't quite use Arise on that one. Can't take that one. You'd have to take over 1.5. If you want over half a single, just like Mike did, more than happy to let you have it. No hate on it. No hate on it. Okay. Celebrity shot Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 bases. Let's get Sammy J up on the big board. Love how many people are putting in their celebrity shots every single day. What a great community we have here. Sammy J is taking Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 bases. Like the play. We took Shohei Ohtani over half a hit. Over 1.5 bases, not a bad play though. Sammy J, love it. Yeah, still waiting on the replacement for Jared Kelnick. If you want Luis Arise over half a single, let us know, LRK425. More than happy to put it up on the board for you. Now, we had a couple of other questions that were brought up prior to our interview with our Formula One expert. One was about Teoscar Hernandez on over half a strikeout, I believe. Let's look at Hernandez over half a strikeout. 1.5. Again, these Mariners have been striking out too frequently, LRK425, to get a lot of them, so not going to be available to us. let's look at Matt Chapman. But we're looking at under for Matt Chapman. Under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Really struggles lifetime against James Paxton. So against Paxton, lifetime, 0 for 8. This is since 2018. It's even worse if we push that timeline back. So I actually will take Matt Chapman under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I know it may not be a popular play with some of you just because you're a little wary of the underplays, but I do like this one. I will throw it up here on the board. Matt Chapman under 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. We have about a half hour left of our show, everybody. So if you want one of our favorite picks, make sure you hit that live goal of confetti. We'll give out a pick every time we do that. We have given out our 2 favorite WNBA plays today. We still have a lot. And when I say a lot, we have a ton of picks to give out. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first inning run plays to give out. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game picks to give out. Plenty of player prop bets, so hit that live goal of confetti, everybody. We're here to help you guys out with your picks, your research, so more than happy to do that. Another player that we wanted to look at was Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's look at that. The over has the strong implied probability here. Lifetime against James Paxton, 300 hitter. So, not a play we like. That was answering a question that Tyler sent to us prior to the show. Over half a hit. Whit Merrifield's actually a good play here. With James Paxton on the mound, again, that 300 average. It is a bit of a chalk play, but I would take it. Whit Merrifield over half a hit. And it's a chalky parlay leg play. Parlay leg play. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun watching the show. As we've mentioned, we will have a contest in July. The first person to get 20 correct celebrity shot picks wins a free t-shirt. So guys, make sure you're with us every single day in the month of July, and that way you can play along. You never miss a chance to put some cash tickets up on the board and get even closer to that free ticket, or to that free t-shirt rather. What are you guys focused on? What are some of the games in the chat, or what are some of the games on the slate rather that you're focused on? Here for your questions, here for your comments. Plenty of time left in the show, everybody. So get them in. YA Tittle, what are your thoughts? Any picks that you guys have that you want up on the board? Let us know. Okay, while we wait for some more of your questions, celebrity shot picks, while we wait for more of them across all of our platforms, I will give out another rant. Definitely ranting about plenty of things going on in the world of sports. James Harden is a nightmare of a player at this point. Even when he's on the floor, as good as he isn't worth the money that some team is going to give him. But like Kyrie Irving, we have seen this song and dance of James Harden changing teams, being traded way too many times. This is the musical chairs that everybody has stopped caring about and just wants to end. The latest in the James Harden offseason drama is that he has actually opted in with the Philadelphia 76ers, but that's only to allow for a trade to go down between the Los Angeles Clippers, it sounds like, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, do I think James Harden going to the Clippers makes sense? No, I don't. I think pairing him, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard makes as much sense as pairing him with Joel Embiid or Tobias Harris. It might work for a time, but ultimately James Harden has to prove himself in the postseason, and he never does completely. He might for a game or two, but James Harden will never win an NBA title. Again, James Harden will never, ever win an NBA title. Whether it's as a player, coach, I don't care. James Harden does not have what it takes in the postseason to go through 4 rounds and win 16 games, playing good defense, playing unselfishly, being determined to play well in clutch moments. James Harden is not a champion. And this move, this is just a sign of how destructive he is as a force. He was traded. He forced a trade to Philadelphia. Great. You go to Philadelphia. You actually play better than I think some people expected. But instead of continuing that run of success, instead of building off of what Doc Rivers had, instead of building off of Joel Embiid's MVP season, James Harden is forcing the Philadelphia 76ers to blow up a team that actually looked like it had NBA Finals promise last year. So, not only did James Harden decide he wants out, but because of how he manipulated the situation, he forced, in a lot of ways, the 76ers to fire Doc Rivers. Now, whether you think Doc Rivers deserved to be fired because of his record in closing games, maybe that's justified. But after Joel Embiid won the MVP, you're really going to fire his head coach? They were doing that to appease James Harden. And now James Harden isn't even going to be a part of the 76ers' long-term future. James Harden is a cancer in whatever NBA team he joins, whatever franchise he's a part of. He cannot stay quiet, successful. He is not a good enough player to justify the money and the headache. So the 76ers, you lost. So even though you felt like you won by getting Harden and getting rid of Ben Simmons, because of James Harden, you have to blow it up just as much as you would have under Ben Simmons. So I think this move is just a sign that James Harden is a corrosive force. Good luck, LA Clippers, trying to win a championship with James Harden on your roster. It will not happen. Meanwhile, I think the one benefit of this is the 76ers do get James Harden out, some assets in his place, and they can go make a run at Dame Lillard or somebody else, because James Harden leaving is probably a good thing. The manner in which it went down, that's what was really destructive for the 76ers. But James Harden is once again proving he is one of the worst people to have in your franchise, because he isn't loyal, he isn't dedicated to the game, he isn't clutch, he's not a winner, and sooner or later he'll want out. The same thing's going to happen in LA. Mark my words. Okay, YA Tittle 24, answering your question. Red Sox, Blue Jays going to be an interesting series. Sox seem to play up to the competition like Ova. Yeah, I agree with you. I think you're right. I expect there to be some runs in this game. Now, James Paxton on the mound. He has been their best pitcher of late. If I were to take the total, I like the over 7.5 runs. I would take that over 7.5 on the runs, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, rather. So Red Sox, Blue Jays, over 7.5 runs. There you go, everybody. There's another play put up on our board. LRK425 asking about Luis Medina on walks. Let's look at that. Not seeing Medina. Yeah, not seeing Medina up on the board, but willing to do our reverse engineering like we do every day with walks allowed. Let's look at that. Who's going to give up some walks today? How about Freddie Peralta? Very high on the implied probability, very high rate of hitting on this, a very cashy ticket. So we will put this one on the board. It is a leg of a parlay, unfortunately. It is the leg of a parlay, though. So that is Freddie Peralta over 1.5 walks allowed. It is coming in at a bit too chalky a play for us at minus 215. We do like it, though, so put it up on our board. Consider it for yours. How about Cal Quantrill? Cal Quantrill, this game's already underway, so we won't bet it, but it's a game that we probably should have gotten to. We should have gotten to this earlier because it is a cashy ticket. So if you can find it, I know the game's underway now. Beto, 63%. The over, good play. Not going to touch it, but showing it to you so you can be aware of it. James Paxton, the over 1.5 walks. Not a good play. Not a consistent trend. Won't go with it. How about Jose Barrios? That has been a decently consistent play. How about at home? More consistent. I'll take it. Jose Barrios over 1.5 walks. Jose Barrios over 1.5 walks allowed. And again, that one's coming in at minus 119, everyone. So, a couple of plays for you. Home run for Bichette. I thought that was plus 420, but let's double check it. I thought it was better than just plus 400. Looking at a home run for Bo Bichette. Home run plus, it's plus 550, even better. Plus 550, even higher. So plus 550 on that one. We have a ton of picks up on the board, but plenty more to give out. Make sure you're hitting that live goal of confetti. Every time you hit that live goal of confetti, we give out some picks. We have already had some rants. We talked about the layoffs at ESPN and what that means for sports media. A sad day over at Bristol. A lot of people that you've come to expect to see almost every day, or at least during in-season opportunities. Jalen Rose, Jeff Van Gundy, Jay Williams, Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, and others have been laid off. It is a tough day if you're a fan of ESPN. The layoffs going on there, clearing the deck financially, it makes sense, but at the same time, very tough to see. We just talked about James Harden and his future, the likelihood that he's going to end up with the Los Angeles Clippers. Another sign that he is just a cancer of whatever team he joins. Even while he had a couple of good games with the 76ers, had his good moments, he once again finds a way to blow up a good thing and leave town. So James Harden, we gave that rant out a little bit earlier. And we talked about at the start of the show, people hating on my rant about Domingo Germán. And all I want to say, and I won't go into the entire rant again, all I'll say is, if you hate, I love it. I'm here for the haters. I love the haters. So don't worry. If you want to hate, fire away, boys and girls. Fire away. I love it. Appreciate all of those who have been joining us throughout the show. We had our Formula One expert join us at the top of the hour. He was here at 2 o'clock, gave us 15 minutes of great insight on the Austrian Grand Prix this weekend. So if you guys love Formula One and you want to check out all that came out of that interview, you can find it on our YouTube page after the show concludes. That's Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok Live, get those comments in, get those questions in, here for all of it. I'll give out a bunch of picks right now since we're not getting a lot of questions. I'll drop some picks on you guys. Maybe that'll inspire some picks of yours. So let's get to some pickage. We will give out the Nationals, Phillies, yes to a run in the first inning. We will also take the Phillies first 5 on the money line. We are also taking Phillies on the money line. So loaded up on the offense in that one, thinking the Phillies score early, get ahead, hold on to a lead. So we are 3 ways to Friday on the Phillies. Giving out another pick for you guys is going to be Brewers, Pirates. We're going to say yes to a run in the first inning on this one as well. Maybe not as high a conviction level on this one, but we do like it. Not as much as this one, though. We love the first inning run in the Marlins. I actually need to put it next to that game. In this one, Marlins, Braves, yes to a run in the first inning. Yes to a run in the first inning. Is that Braves Marlins or Marlins Braves? That's Marlins Braves. So yes to a run in the first inning for that one. We talked about the Dodgers a little bit ago as well. So that pick's already up on the board. We will also put the Tigers and Rockies up on the board. Tigers and Rockies. Oh, Rigers. Ruh-roh. Tigers, Rockies. Yes to a run in the first inning. Giving out even more picks. I'm just dropping them all now. Clearly that confetti's not coming, so rather than wait on it, we'll just give out some picks. We're going to take the Yankees. First 5 money line. Yankees on the money line. And we will also, and this is our last pick, our last game pick, I think we might have one more, is going to be the Rays, Mariners, no run first inning. So we just dropped a ton of picks on you guys to say thank you guys for watching the show. I hope all of you guys are subscribers. I hope all you guys are following us. Candyman, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Candyman, we did drop a couple of our favorite WNBA game picks, Mystics to cover, Sparks Sky under 160.5. What do you think? What do you think? LRK425, thank you for sharing the channel. Harley, always bringing a crazy, weird pick. Harley, can you write that to me on Discord? Because I'll just copy it and paste it in. That's a lot for me to put in. So if you could write the total and the U.S. on the money line, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, Harley, we'll get your lax picks in. Don't worry, Harley. Harley's a lax bro. If you haven't noticed from the picks that he's dropped over the last few times he's been in the show, Harley, we've got some lax bro picks for you. Just let us know what they are. Just write them in the... Thank you. We are going to copy that, and we will paste that over. Oh, no. Of course not, Harley. Of course this is a pain in the ass. Howden, it's the first one that's a killer for me. Like, that's the one that's pissing me off. Like, what the frick? Howden does... Like, of course you couldn't find, like, a simple one. Sonny, okay, Harley, your weird-ass pick. Under 16 total. So, under 16. Under 16. Hadenosina. Hadenosina. Whatever it is, it's weird as hell. Under 16 is what we're going with. USA on the money line. That's when we like. USA on the money line. These are some lax picks. Lax, bro. Yo, bro, just relax. All right, there's a couple of lax picks for you. Harley, love it. Appreciate it. Big stories coming out of the World Championship. Maybe we need to have Harley on the show to talk about some lacrosse. What do people think? Let's know if we need to get Harley on the show to talk some lacrosse. Yeah. Why don't you pop that collar while you're at it? How's that Abercrombie & Fitch buying spree going? Do you still wear Axe as your full-time deodorant? Those are my lacrosse bro jokes, by the way. Popping collars, Abercrombie & Fitch, and dousing themselves in enough Axe body spray to kill a small horse. Lax, bro. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun watching the show. Hope you guys follow. And if you're watching, no matter the platform, make sure you hit that like button. TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Hit that like button. Make sure that you support the channel. Harley, I know I'm not wrong, because I know a lot of lax bros. Now, I played baseball during the spring, so I never had the chance to play lacrosse, but a lot of my friends played lacrosse, and yeah, we do know what the locker room smells like after lacrosse. It smells like pads that are sweaty like a hockey locker room, and then it smells like as much Axe body spray as you could possibly spray out of a can at one time. By the way, shout out to all my Lax Bro viewers. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Bro out. Okay, we're having a lot of fun with Harley. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys have questions, comments, get them in. We have about 15 minutes left of the show. Might end a little bit early if you guys don't have questions. So get them in. Get those picks in. We still have some time. If you have celebrity shots, Mike Oxlong, Kyle, RJ, Top Dog, Dante, LRK425, Caesar, Tyler, Alvaro, Arctic Tiger, Zodwick, Sammy J, and Harley are all up on our celebrity shot big board. If you want your pick put up on the screen, just write in the comment section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, and we will get it in on the board. By the way, some really cool breaking news for you. Some breaking news here at Butt Fumble Sports. Mookie Betts will be participating in the Home Run Derby. Mookie Betts will be participating in the Home Run Derby. So, the Home Run Derby, from what I've heard so far, includes Vlad Guerrero Jr., Julio Rodriguez, Mookie Betts. That is a fun Home Run Derby, everybody. Now, I'm kind of surprised that Mookie Betts is going to be in it. Don't think of him as a big home run hitter, at least in that kind of way. He actually does hit home runs plenty of times. But as a Home Run Derby hitter, would be a little bit worried. I know the Home Run Derby really wears out some guys. Usually when they do participate, they have a worse second half. So I don't know if the Dodgers feel good about it. Okay, let's look at Pete Alonso over half a hit. We just broke some breaking news with Mookie Betts joining the Home Run Derby. Alonso over half a hit, chalky, but good. Against Alex Cobb lifetime. Does have good numbers, so we will throw it up on the board, everybody. Pete Alonso over half a hit. Chalky at minus 219, no problem. Oh, we've got more breaking news, As we put this up on the board, we will give out some more breaking news. There's been a trade in the NBA. Pete Alonso over half a hit was the pick we just gave out. But we have some breaking news in the NBA. Joe Harris has been traded by the Brooklyn Nets. Joe Harris has been traded. Brooklyn is sending Harris and 2 future second-round picks to the Detroit Pistons. Very interesting. Clearly trying to clear some salary. Not hearing what the Nets are getting in exchange, so very interesting. So, some breaking news across baseball with Mookie Betts getting in the Home Run Derby and a trade out of the NBA with Joe Harris being traded to the Detroit Pistons. By the way, the Detroit Pistons could be a fun team next year. What the Oklahoma City Thunder were this past season, the Detroit Pistons could be next year, which is a team on the rise with a lot of talent that maybe not everyone's focused on. Let's check out Marcus Semien over half a hit. Final few minutes of the show, everybody, so get those celebrity shot picks in, get your research in. Final few minutes of the show. Marcus Semien, I'm not seeing over half a hit available. Marcus Semien, by the way, it's with an I. I always forget that. Oh, no, I got it right. It's with an E. Talking myself into a mistake. But I'm not seeing over half a hit with him. If you can get it, I jump on it. But I'm seeing 1.5 right now. Harley playing lacrosse in the middle of Nebraska. That is what we call white. Sorry, but that is like eating a mayonnaise and a white bread sandwich in the middle of a, I don't know, showing of the Titanic or the Notebook. I mean, that is what hashtag what white people do. So Harley, I hope you appreciate the jokes. I'm just having fun at your expense. Hope you don't take it personally. Didn't I call that Aces game? Yes, you did, Candyman. You did a real good job on that. Harley plays hockey, too. Yeah, can't get much whiter. Do you play with Pogs, too? White Sox on the money line. We're already talking about white boy, white things. We might as well talk about the White Sox. Let's look at the White Sox on the money line. Playing the A's. Starting pitching matchup, Banks, not really impressive this year with those stats. On the other side, looking at Luis Medina. Again, you've been talking to me about Luis Medina. I can't find him, by the way, an outlier. Kind of surprised by that. But he's got bad stats this year, 6.84 ERA. White Sox haven't faced him, but against right-handed pitching, not crazy numbers, actually. On the other side, Oakland against Tanner Banks, no real numbers to speak of. And against left-handed pitching, they actually have some guys who have hit decently well. By the way, Ruiz is one of those players that hit right-handed pitching well. Hit left-handed pitching well. So I'm not going to take the White Sox. I'm not going to touch that game. But let's take Ruiz. Is Ruiz available? No. Interesting. Some guys aren't available. Michael Williams, thank you for following us. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Appreciate you being a part of the community. If any of you guys have a favorite pick that you want up on the board, we give out our research and our favorite plays every single day. You can see those up on our screen right now. But if you have a favorite pick of your own and you want to share it with us and be a part of the show, just write in the comment section, my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot. We will write it up here on the board. We keep track of it. If you guys want to see what the records are, we keep track of them every single day. And again, tomorrow, we will start our contest in July. The first person to get to 20 correct picks for their celebrity shots will get a free t-shirt. So, we already have some pretty high scores up here. Those we'll be keeping track of, but we all start at 0 tomorrow. So the first person to get 20 correct celebrity shot picks will win a free t-shirt. And again, make sure you go to our website, ButtFumbleSports.com. We put out content every single day on our blogs. You can check out our daily fantasy lineup. Additionally, check out our store. If you haven't seen the new t-shirts yet, we have dropped a bunch of new baseball t-shirts commemorating some of the best players in baseball. So go check that out. Butt Fumble Sports. Make sure you go to our website, ButtFumbleSports.com. We have a Tom Seaver shirt, Nolan Ryan shirt, Pedro Martinez, Greg Maddux, Sandy Koufax, Ichiro, Griffey, Bagwell, Ruth, LeBron. We also have a bunch of NFL shirts as well. So make sure, once again, go to our website, ButtFumbleSports.com. Check out all that we have to offer there on our website. Mike, great to have you. Michael Williams, great to have you as a part of the community. Really appreciate your support. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Get those comments in, everybody. Get those picks in. Final few minutes of the show. Alfaro, I couldn't find him earlier, LRK425. We looked for it earlier. Not available. Still can't find him. So, unfortunately, can't do any research around it. By the way, Swamp Donkey, what a frickin' handle. If you have a name for your social media that's Swamp Donkey, you are winning in life. I just want to say that. Because a Swamp Donkey, like, wow. Wow. Not all of us can win. Swamp Donkey, that's a win. So, shout out. Appreciate all of you guys who are joining the show, including Swamp Donkey, apparently. Appreciate you guys who watch. Share the channel. Hit the like button as many times as you can. We have given out a ton of picks today. We have also we've ranted about the ESPN layoffs, James Harden's future, people hating my take on Domingo Germán. We talked to our Formula One expert to get ready for the Austrian Grand Prix on Sunday morning. This was a loaded show, everybody. Like, boy, does Butt Fumble Sports bring it every day or what? I don't know what else you need from us. We gave out a ton of picks, good information, expert analysis, and some rants. Oh, and we did a trivia question as well. If you missed the trivia question, Mike got it right. Nice job, Mike. Let's look at Bryce Miller over strikeouts. Only a few minutes left. If you do have celebrity shots, get them in, everybody. Get them in. By the way, RJ, I completely agree with you about Mookie Betts joining the Home Run Derby. I don't think it's good for the Dodgers. I actually think it's something to worry about. I don't think he's the kind of player who can hold up after that kind of strain that you're just putting on your body. Let's look at strikeouts for Bryce Miller. Set at 5.5. The under is the stronger play. Let's look at it at home. The over has been a strong cashing ticket, actually, at home. Against the Tampa Bay Rays, they have not faced him this year. Some decent strikeout numbers, though. I'm not going to touch it, but interesting play. LRK425, I'm just not touching it. Not a strong enough trend. Let's look at Josh Young over half a hit. Let's see if it's available. I bet it's not. I bet it's over 1.5 hits. Feels like it would be a bit too favorable to get it on over half a hit. And somehow it's over half a hit is available. Minus 209. Yeah. Duh. Take it. Like, what? Why is this being offered? This is a no-brainer for me. No-brainer. Josh Young over half a hit. Yeah. Taking it. Leg of a parlay, but all about it. Good call. Nice find by RJ. CJ Abrams. Let's get him quickly on the research page. CJ Abrams, can't get him. Can't get him. By the way, some more news out of the NBA. Even though the trade didn't go down between the Celtics and the Los Angeles Clippers because of Malcolm Brogdon's failed physical, the Clippers are still interested in him. According to Yahoo, LA has re-engaged with the Celtics about Malcolm Brogdon in recent days after the failed trade. Was Freddie Freeman over half a hit? We had Freddie Freeman over 1.5 bases. I don't think over half a hit is available. I believe that was 1.5. So just to confirm it, it's 1.5. A lot of picks up on your screen right now. Hope you guys have been enjoying the show. Final few minutes. If you have any celebrity shots to get in, now is the time. Do not hesitate, everybody. Get those celebrity shot picks in. Running out of time. We have put 8 No, sorry, we've put out 10 long ball, long shots of the day. We've given out 4 stealing is sharing picks. If somebody has one more, I'll give out one more stealing is sharing. TJ Friedel, whatever it is. TJ, over half a stolen base. You already saw you could get it on over half a hit. Stolen base 20%, implied probability plus 400, over half a hit. Gonna take that one as well. 69% implied probability. Total bases is 1.5. That's why we don't like the bases. We like the hit. Putting that up there as well. TJ Friedel. Over half a hit. Boom. There you go. Candyman has a celebrity shot that's coming in. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. Final few minutes. He is also taking the Mystics. Now, I got the Mystics at -1.5. You're saying Mystics -1. We'll let it be -1, but just showing the difference for those watching. Mystics -1. Always like when Candyman and I are seeing the same thing on the WNBA. MVP Metcalf, I love you so much, man. I love it. By the way, I actually think the Seahawks are going to win the division. I think the Seahawks are going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. So don't hate on me, bro. Don't hate on me. That said, let's take the Dream under 168.5. So the Dream under 168.5. That's the Mystics and the Dream. Boom. There you go. Mystics Dream. Nope. We spelled it right. LRK 425 is also taking the White Sox on the money line. LRK 425. White Sox money line. Boom, baby. There you go. There you go, LRK 425. No one's tailing you. You're free to run without anybody following. By the way, look at all the celebrity shots we have on the big board. Mike, Kyle, RJ, Top Dog, Dante, LRK 425, Caesar, Tyler, Alvaro, Arctic Tiger, Zodwick, Sammy J, Harley, and Candyman. I hope all of you are joining us tomorrow for tomorrow's show. It is July 1st, which kicks off our Celebrity Shot contest. So everybody, Butt Fumble Sports is live tomorrow, Saturday, July 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's 12 p.m. Eastern. We are starting our Celebrity Shot contest for July 1st to 20. Celebrity Shot wins, gets a free t-shirt from Butt Fumble Sports. So there you go, everyone. The information for tomorrow's show up in the comment section. Butt Fumble Sports is live again tomorrow. We are live at 12 p.m. Eastern, everybody. 12 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you don't miss the show. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing. That way you never miss a show. We are starting our Celebrity Shot contest for July. The first to 20. Once again, the first to 20 Celebrity Shot wins gets a free t-shirt from Butt Fumble Sports. So make sure you guys are playing. Make sure you're watching. Make sure you're part of the show every single day. Now, we will scroll through all of the picks that we've given out today very slowly. Then I will post these on our website. So make sure you go to our website. That's buttfumblesports.com. buttfumblesports.com. Check out our content, our blogs, our merchandise, and you can check out all the picks that we've given out in today's show. Here, though, our slow scroll of the day, brought to you by you guys. Here you go, everybody. The picks we gave out today, a lot of MLB game picks that we just gave out. Some MLB player prop bets as well. Once again, the entire show will be posted onto YouTube immediately after the conclusion of the broadcast. So if you missed any part of the show, if you want to check out the research that we did, hear the rants that we gave out today, make sure you go to our website, ButtFumbleSports.com. You can hit the live button and go see the show, or go to our YouTube page, Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube. We have some WNBA picks up here. We also have some long ball, long shots of the day, people we think are going to hit a home run, some stealing and sharing, players we think will get a stolen base, and of course, your celebrity shot picks. All of your picks, your celebrity shot picks, up on the board. We have our contest starting tomorrow, so make sure you join our show tomorrow at 12 p.m., everybody. 12 p.m. Yeah, I'm going to have to get those sizes right. YA Tittle talking some trash. I love it. Make sure you guys are following us. Make sure you hit the like button on our video. Make sure you're with us tomorrow at 12 p.m. We will post all the picks from today's show onto our website right now. As I say at the end of every show, every single day, I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening. And I hope you cash a ton of tickets tonight. We will see you at 12 p.m. tomorrow. That is 12 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Time for another 2-hour show. Until then, have a great night,